Team Kill Podcast. Intentional Strays.
What is up, everybody? I'm Killing Spree 37.
And I am Silencer.
Back with another episode of Team Kill Podcast, where friends catch intentional strays. Man, let me tell you, one of the greater episodes that we had last week was very incredible, very touching. A lot of people reached out. Thank you guys so much with their own personal stories. None that I will share on the podcast, but a lot of people had their own personal things, what they were thankful for. And, you know, I felt nice that I was included in a few lists. So thank you guys for that, so much. Shout out to everybody on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. We never forget you guys, except for the past couple of days. You know what I'm saying? I haven't uploaded a video. You're probably going to get a double upload of a podcast. I'm sorry about that, but let me tell you, last week was insane with the work schedule that I had. Very terrible. Very, very, very terrible. You know, Thanksgiving was a little trash, on the professional side, but, relaxed inside, it was pretty nice. So, Silencer, how was your Thanksgiving? Give me a recap of what happened for you on Thanksgiving.
Little recap is, it's, I'd never ate turkey. Not, on your people's side. I don't eat turkey.
Never not like Subway and shit. You never had a turkey sandwich?
No, yeah, but not like actual, fucking lay the fucking turkey on the fucking table and eat that shit.
The bird. You never had the bird on your fucking table and shit? Okay.
So we, we just relaxed, chilled, got together. We made some chicken and some fajitas. Ate that shit.
So what was your entire spread? Give us the menu at the Silencer's house. What was being served?
So it was a chicken, steak, and then they made some tamales on the side. Pretty good.
Were they candy ones or were they the regular red meat, green chili ones?
Yeah, they were mixed. With one with green chili, and then the other one with meat for the people that didn't want meat on them. So
right, no candy ones.
No candy ones. Not this year. Well, not this. It's probably gonna happen in fucking December, by Christmas, but not
right.
Not this season of Thanksgiving, and just fucking good sauces, salsa, fucking nice and spicy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that was about it. Just everybody ate good. Everybody was chilling, relaxing. It was good.
I know. I was surprised a little bit when you're it was Thanksgiving Day, and you're like, yo, you down to play some Apex a little bit? And I'm like, huh? What? Are you not chilling with your family?
No, yeah, listen. So this year I was chilling right here at my parents' house. After we fucking snacked out.
They're aware of
we snacked. After I munched out and everything, it's I got full as fuck, and you know that feeling after you eat a lot and that food just hits. You just want to fucking sit down.
Yep.
So I fucking sat down and there was nothing to watch. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna fucking hop on, play some Apex.
Right.
And that was my night. Fucking playing and fucking fell asleep maybe fucking 12, close to 1. Fucking happy because I got 2 wins, buddy.
Yeah, on Apex. I saw your little video of you getting your squad wipe. Let me tell you guys, I've never seen so much frustrating movements until I watched Silence. I don't think I moved like that in the beginning either. Man, this guy literally one pump 2 people and then landed all of the rest of the EVA 8 shots on the fucking last guy and killed him and was backing away from him cool.
You can tell if it was nervous as fuck. He didn't know what to do.
Yeah, how he had a upgraded shield already was the fucking biggest mystery of watching the entire video. But yeah, continue. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I mean, after that, it was I had to go get the next day I had to go get some fucking supplies for fucking showering and shit.
Right.
And let me tell you, since it was people running around crazy. This is the only thing I fucking hate about, the end of November and start of December is when people shop.
Right.
Listen,
that is
I went in there for 2 things, and the line was huge, and I stayed in there for maybe 20 minutes, and I wasn't even halfway of the line when I was in, and I thought it was ridiculous. So I said, "Fuck this," and I left.
Yeah, I'm already knowing. I worked Black Friday, and let me tell you, people that like, I don't know how people eat and then do physical activities. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still
What
have
do you
like,
mean?
like I have the hardest time eating a good meal and then like trying to have sex like immediately after. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Oh
really
yeah,
true to the theory when they tell you don't swim after eating because they say because of cramping. I believe it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know
yeah.
how people fucking slave on a fucking stove, cook a fucking turkey for 3 days, eat, stuff their fucking face all kinds of way
Yeah.
with leftovers and desserts, and find time, bro, to fucking go to sleep and wake up early to go to a store and camp out there and fucking try to get some type of electronics. You know what I'm saying? I don't see
That's
how
the
people do
fucking.
that, bro.
Yeah, but well, tell them to fucking do something more productive. That's for themselves, like self healing or other shit. They think it's the hardest task in the world.
Yeah, I've never seen such discipline when it came to Black Friday, bro. Let me tell
For
you,
real.
my timeline was filled with people that had like the 70-inch TVs, the Crystal HD from Samsung. I was like so like, bro, okay. And I saw a joke running around where it was like, and I'm probably pretty sure that it was old, but it was like, be careful on Black Friday because it could be Black Saturday too when you don't pay
Oh yeah,
your
I saw that
electricity
shit.
bill. Yeah,
That
man,
shit
that was
is
crazy.
hilarious.
Did you get
People could be
anything
getting
for Black Friday?
stressed.
Yeah, they get
Nah,
crazy.
I didn't get shit.
No,
And
not
I'm
nothing.
not. The fuck, I don't need anything on it right now. To be honest, with
Nah, there's a few
you.
things I
I'm
could
not.
name off.
Yeah, like what? Let's see.
Fucking, you could have got hacks. Fucking 30% off. There's always
I
Cyber
tried.
Monday.
They weren't running any Black Friday sales.
Nah, today's Cyber. Well, technically, when we drop the podcast, it'll be Cyber Monday. So you'll have a chance to cop a few things. You know what I'm saying? Are you doing anything for Small Business Tuesday, if that's what it's called?
No, not this year. Just with the whole COVID, the little. So last year, for the shop, we had a little pop up, little event,
Right.
and we went to that. But this year they're doing it virtually, which fucking retarded as fuck to me.
Yeah.
So this year we're not doing shit.
Yeah, man. Let
It's
me tell
I
you,
don't
I
know.
was a
It's
little
fucking.
flabbergasted too that you had like a little image of like you had. Well, explain the image that you had for the shop. What it had like a pilgrim hat on like some type of like car part or something.
No, listen.
What the
I'm gonna
fuck,
explain.
bro?
So that little thing is the. It's supposed to be a man that has little screws and nuts welded on it, and the
Right.
top is a nut. So it's just a little hat. It's not supposed to be any kind of pilgrim shit. So all those little pieces are welded in together to make that form in the table. And of course, I had to have the antique from 1940 automatic transmission fluid bottle
This
that we
guy.
have as an antique, and the stickers, and it's a good way to put people the brand in their face.
This fool. That shit looked. Let me tell you, what I saw was completely different. It looked like, we didn't land on Plymouth Mobile automobile. Plymouth automobile landed on us. That shit had like a little pilgrim hat, and I was like, "What is this fool doing? Like, does he not know what holiday this is?"
Listen,
Man,
things when it comes to Thanksgiving, I don't really follow the what do you call it, the theme of it, fucking orange with turkey and
right,
fucking pilgrims. It's just a fucking day for me that contradicts itself. But
right.
let's not get political. That's just me.
Nah, I don't celebrate it like other people celebrate it.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
Pilgrim, the Mayflower, that type of shit. Actually, you know what? I actually knocked on wood for the Native Americans too. Because,
Uh,
they go, while we're celebrating eating food, you know what I'm saying? They're getting fucking flashbacks of stories that their grandparents and, like their generational, like, parents might have told them stories about stuff that happened or, Obviously, nobody lived through it that's alive today. You know what I'm saying? Sadly, but yeah, every time I think about it, that and Columbus Day, I just always knock on wood because I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? It's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But we're living.
Goddamn Columbus Day.
Yeah, we're living the benefit of like them fucking actions. So like, I always want to always knock on wood and shit. Shout out to all the the Native Americans that listen to this podcast. If you're out there, you're loved by the Team Kill podcast staff. We're kind of like you guys. We're just a little bit south of the border. Let me tell you, my Thanksgiving wasn't like south of the border, so to speak. You had. You said you had fajitas and like carne asada and tamales and stuff. Shit, man. The good stuff, right? I wish I had a family that can cook. Thanksgiving around my family has been always like a pissing competition that ends nowhere. It's like bad sex, you know what I'm saying? No, there's no climax at the end. One year, my family decided to do one where we all brought a dish. And the person who brought the dish, they didn't necessarily win, you know what I'm saying? But it was just like, hey, everybody bring a dish. But everybody made it a competition, right? My mom brought a dish. It was a dessert, automatic W for dessert. Nobody else made dessert. My brother brought some food that his wife had made. My sister made some like double stuffed potato, whatever the hell it was. And then I had brought some stuff, right? But I kind of cheated because we got like a recipe like that we followed to a T, and ours was pretty decent, So I let my girlfriend. Some shit. Well, I was going to, but I didn't want them to say nothing or feel away. So what I ended up doing was just having her cook it to a T. Everything was cool. She didn't add any signature things that would make the dish, you know what I'm saying, suck. So, we go around the table, we get our food as a collective, and dish after dish after dish after dry-ass turkey, everything that was made by my family was trash. Let me tell you, I've never had a good Thanksgiving with my family. We always used to go out, right? And be invited. Man, this was such a terrible Thanksgiving. So I have a little bit of I want to call it a tradition of my own, but I'm trying to figure out a tradition where me and my girlfriend could do something that's both to our liking and convenience. So what we ended up doing was getting catering, right?
Okay.
I go to the place. It was a little bit farther than most places. I want to say it was about maybe 5-8 miles away from my house. That's probably too high, but it's around that time.
You need to speak to me in minutes because we Texans.
You guys don't speak in miles. So it was about a good half hour. It was about a half hour.
Okay.
About a half hour from my house.
Now I understand.
There you go. So it's about a half hour. I go and get it. I pay for everything. They said I was running behind or I was too early. Something like that around the thing. They didn't have the food ready per se. But it helped me in my case because my girlfriend was not out of work yet, right? So we were doing this pretty late. All right.
How long did you order? How long did it take for it?
I ordered a week, right? And they said be there at 7. I was there promptly at 7 o'clock. And I ended up waiting another extra 40 minutes before I had to leave the house. Before I had to leave the restaurant, so I had to wait for about 40 minutes.
So you ordered a week prior to this?
Correct. Yes.
And they still said that they weren't done.
They said that I was early, but yes, they weren't. In layman's terms, yes, they were not done.
After a week.
Continuing with the story. I thought, looking at the portion size, because we got Jim and Nick's, that's a popular barbecue place around here. It consisted of brisket, about 2 pounds of the meat, and we got some smoked turkey, which was about 1 pound. A half gallon of mac and cheese, and 24 cheddar biscuits, right? Looking at the portions, they look small. Because they were saran wrapped, and tightly packed, right? They looked like they couldn't, like, it looked
Fit that
so
much.
small. Yeah, it looked small, you know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
from here, I decided to go to KFC. And I was like, you know what? We're missing a key dish. We're missing mashed potatoes, right? Let me go to Kentucky Fried Chicken and get some mashed potatoes
Yeah.
before I pick up my girlfriend. And I went in the drive-thru, ordered 3 large with gravy as well, right? She gives me the order. I gave her the card. Everybody's happy. Now, I was driving in a different direction where I had to do a U-turn to go the direction that I wanted to go. You were not
Okay.
allowed to do a U-turn here, but there was no other place to do a U-turn before you hit the highway.
Mm-hmm.
So I did the U-turn, and for some reason, some type of karma that I might have had, 2 of the gravy containers spill over to my car. Now, I grab one while I'm doing the U-turn, had the lid on it, perfectly sealed, nothing wrong with it. Bam, put it in the bag. I reach down for the last one, and my fingertips are wet. Me thinking that maybe the lid might have popped off a little bit, or it's probably wet from the residue from the ones inside of the bag. Reaching down, I look at my fingers, and they're hot. Like, the gravy was so hot, and I pulled the container out, completely empty. So it spilled all along the passenger side. That little crack where like fries and shit like build up throughout the years when you eat in your car. That little crack on the side, bro, completely filled with gravy. My car smelled like ass on Friday when I went to work. It smelled
Wait,
like complete ass, bro.
was this before you picked up your lady or after?
No, it was before. So let me tell you. So I go pick her up. Boom. I'm over there, right? I'm like, I probably have a few minutes to try to clean this up as much as I can before she comes out. As soon as I get there, she's already there, calling me, not seeing me in the car. I get her attention. She starts walking my way. At this point, I'm not like nervous. I'm a little upset with myself because I let this happen, right? I should have closed the bag. And then I'm trying to blame the KFC chick, but at the same time, I'm trying to just own up to my mistake and take responsibility for it. So I take off my shirt and I just put on my hoodie over and I put the shirt in the corner, right? One of the best shirts, you know what I'm saying? It was a comfortable shirt that I love to wear when I'm at home.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not enough because there's still so much fucking gravy sliding, swish, swash, and all over the vehicle that my girlfriend has to take off her shirt and put a jacket over it and fucking put her shirt in there. And currently both shirts are in the car soaking up all that gravy, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to get that car detailed now.
Oh, definitely. You're gonna have to do that shit or throw it away.
Oh my, bro. The shirts are getting tossed. I'm sorry. I can't wash those. I believe I can't wash them. You know what I'm saying?
How much gravy did you get? Did you get those little large tubs or?
It was large, bro. Like large per standard. Let's say half a coffee mug.
Yeah.
Like that. Maybe like a coffee mug. Maybe half.
That's wild.
Nasty, bro.
You're gonna have to. Yeah, you're gonna have to fucking detail that shit. That shit's not
I'm
gonna
going
come out.
to. It's gonna have to be, come out of my Christmas fund. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna buy me something. Buy me something nice. I'm gonna have to get me a nice little detail for Christmas and call it a day. Listen, but besides that, the portions was good. The food was great. The environment was extremely well. For some reason, people in my family felt the need to call me and tell me that they couldn't come, not knowing that they weren't invited. So, it got to the point where my mom called me and was like, yo, COVID, I was around somebody that was around Corona. I don't think I'm going to be able to, come through. And I'm laughing in my head. I was like, who said you were invited? Like,
I wasn't even expecting you.
I wasn't expecting you. Yeah, but, my family, like, even though, like, we're all, like, not, like, mad at each other. I just don't really talk to my brother and sister anymore. Like, there's certain people in my family that'll invite her and want to be like the center of attention and don't want to share them with your siblings, and she'll probably go to one of them that she doesn't want to make mad, and she'll blow the rest of us off. And I was one of the ones that got the fatal blow, and I was like, okay, I guess. So the food was great. The environment was great. I watched some of The Mandalorian, which was great. Got caught up on that. Played a couple games of Clue, and enjoyed the day off. And when you hit me up, I was going to hop on. I made fun of you, right? Because I was like, who the fuck had time to hop on during Thanksgiving? I was going to hop on. The only issue was that I had to go to work the next day, and I was going to call in, but there was already some issue with the scheduling and stuff like that. I decided not to, just to save my own ass, and they ended up working out in my favor. So that's how it worked out for me. Terrible. Terrible, bro.
Did you finish all the food, or you had some like...
No, you know what? Like, once we opened it out of the saran wrap, and we got the food and we made our plates, it was decent, bro. It was pretty decent. It was probably 2 plates on Thanksgiving Day and a plate the next day, and we got the food done, everything. Nothing went to waste, and I was pretty proud of that. None of the things, besides the gravy, but and nothing went to waste. All right, we're going to get into a rapid-fire silencer because, I was hoping for some Christmas rapid fires, but we're still in November. So
we're not there yet.
Yeah, you know what? We're going to get into a rapid fire right now.
Rapid fire. Players ready up. 3, 2, 1.
Silencer got a great deal on a green card printer this Black Friday.
Okay, must come fucking handy. Bro, you look like the gym teacher who always stared at the kids at the locker room while they were changing.
This guy.
Headshot.
This full Caesar's family tree inspired the character models for the homie figurines.
Headshot.
This fool type to flex all his meals, believes his family in the shadows with no leftovers because you ate it all.
Headshot. In the shadows. Fucking Caesar. Silencer used to only get the Ford car Hot Wheels, which is fitting because it taught him at an early age you have to get used to pushing that piece of shit car around to move it.
Oh, yeah?
Headshot.
Is that how you feel?
Yeah.
Listen, the only person that's worse than Snoop Dogg being the commentator on fights is Killing Spree.
Fuck you.
Hit marker.
You don't like my fucking 2-calf announcements?
The troubled child.
Doesn't do it for you, fucking whore. Game over. Fuck this. Time.
The troubled child is showing its colors.
Listen, since you brought it up, we can talk about it. For those of you that don't know, the Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. fight went down. The main event wasn't even the talking point of the entire night. It was Snoop Dogg commenting on the fights. He sounded high and unprofessional, and boxing fans around the world figured out what MMA fans have known for quite some time. Snoop Dogg shouldn't be commenting on fights, period. Besides that,
annoying.
The star of the fight of the night, the knockout of the night, had to go to some other fight, and that was between YouTuber Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson, who used to be the point guard for the Knicks, I believe. Let me tell you. Silencer, did you watch the video, the fight?
I just saw the highlights of it, not the whole thing.
Oh my, it wasn't, listen, what you watched was the fight. Because the fight was so short.
The little things I was watching, it felt like they were trying to wrestle at some point.
Well, it felt like it was. Listen, Jake Paul has some wrestling experience under his belt. Nate Robinson was calling out the YouTubers, was making fun of these guys, telling them that they're fake and they're pussy because they're white, and he was black, had some type of fighting experience. He was a super athlete, so to speak, and he trash talked his way into a fight with Jake Paul on one of the biggest cards of this year, right, for boxing. Everybody wanted to watch Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. Roy Jones Jr. retired for about 3 years and then came back to fight. Mike Tyson about 15 years before his last fight.
Yeah, yeah.
The funny part to me was that the NBA guy, Nate Robinson, thought that this was going to be a walk in the park. He shouted out everybody, told everybody that it was going to be for his kids, for the NBA, his brothers, and second round comes and he charges nonchalantly towards Jake Paul and catches the fucking right hand of his life, bro. Let me tell you, the memes were funny. He laid out flat on the canvas, right?
Yeah.
Man, the cameraman got some incredible angles, let me tell you. It felt staged. The cameraman floated above this guy, right? Got the screenshot of the year. There are pictures of Nate Robinson's body on the canvas, and there are people saying it was like the body found from Among Us.
Oh,
It
yeah,
had
yeah.
Simba when Mufasa died and he was trying to wake him up. They had him as the NBA logo, right? And the NBA stood for Never Boxing Again.
Wow.
This guy literally got knocked out so bad and by a YouTuber, right? A YouTuber that had
Yeah.
boxing experience. I believe he was trained by Manny Pacquiao for like a year and a half, maybe 2.
Mm-hmm.
And just all the shit talking, the banter and stuff. It got to the point where athletes and other people are calling out the people for the memes because he lost. So, you saw the knockout, right? How vicious was it for you on a scale of 1 to 10?
It was I'm going to rate it at 9.
Were you expecting
Why?
it, first of all?
Yeah, I was expecting it because you have regardless if Jake is not a pro, he still has some training longer than a guy who spent his whole life playing, for the NBA.
Yeah.
So it's just they're two completely different fields. So you're
Right.
not gonna go in one with no training, thinking, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna come out on top," So
Right.
it's I don't know. It was I was expecting it, but the way he fell was something that I was not expecting.
Nah, he fell hard. Let me tell you, I don't know what convinced him. So they had months of training, right? They were
Yeah.
training for the fight. A lot of this stemmed from the last KSI Logan Paul fight.
Uh-huh.
The older brother, I believe that's who it is, and maybe from the podcast that they do. I think that's kind of where it stemmed from.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, everybody thought this Jake Paul guy was going to lose because, one, he's on YouTube. They think these YouTubers are so pussy. They think they were going to run up to him and fucking punch him one time, and this fool's going to be like, it's a prank, it's a prank. And that's not what happened. No, you got laid the fuck out. And one of the jokes that I saw was hilarious, right? The joke said, damn, this fool got knocked out by a YouTuber. The YouTuber wasn't fucking playing. The last thing Nate heard before he fell to the canvas was, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Fuck, bro.
Headshot.
Listen, I've never seen somebody get crucified after a knockout like that. Maybe I want to say McGregor when he fought Floyd Mayweather. It was kind of meme-ish, but
Yeah.
everybody was waiting for Jake Paul to get knocked out. And I'm pretty sure people had memes ready for Roy Jones Jr. getting knocked out by Mike Tyson. It ended up going to a draw. But let me tell you, how do you feel about the athletes defending the L, first off?
Well, I don't know. It's a weird spot to be in because they, like on Nate's side, he's gonna be like, yeah, well, you know what? This is not my field. I just tried it. It's not the result we wanted, but
Right, yeah.
we still did it for our fans, for everybody that wanted to see it, blah blah blah.
Right.
So that's on his side. That's something I guess that can be justified just because it's not his field. And of course, you have all the athletes in the back of them saying like, "Well, yeah, if he was a trainer, he would have whooped your ass." Blah blah blah. If you would have trained longer,
Yeah.
like you were this and that. You just fought someone that's unexperienced. Blah blah blah.
Right.
That's the way I see it.
Yeah, the stuff that they were saying too were like, "Oh, you guys, he's a different height." They were the same height. The reach difference was the only thing that was remotely like unfair. But they were
Yeah.
the same height. Yeah,
Listen, if
super
you have
athlete.
skills, yeah, the weight and the skill set is what comes in.
Right.
That can be determined the two. The way a fight can end. But in this case, I just feel like it was honestly just this was trying to. I don't know. He was looking at Paul like he was a basketball or some shit.
Yeah, did you see the music that that Paul came out with? He came out to little Bow Wow's. We're playing basketball.
Disrespect.
Listen, he let him have it, bro. He let him have it so fucking bad that they like made it into like a race thing. Let me tell
This
you.
fool was getting into his head the whole time.
Yeah, bro. This fool like literally knocked him the fuck out, bro, and it was like funny to see. Snoop Dogg's commentary was like high. He's like, "Oh Lord," that's what made the knockout better, bro. It was like you watch the replay, you listen to Snoop Dogg go fucking crazy, and you're like, "Ah, man," you know. I was a
The
little
way we do it in
disappointed.
the hood.
I was a little disappointed in not the fight, you know, per se, the reactions people did. People like, oh, Jake Paul is about to get his ass kicked. Oh, Nate
Yeah.
Robinson is a super athlete. He can dunk at the height that he is, and you know, blah blah blah. It was funny because as soon as he knocked him the fuck out, it was like, oh, you guys are only memeing him because he's black. You guys are like, you know, they made it into a different thing. You had all the celebrities, you know what I'm saying? They came out
Yeah.
and they were like, don't say nothing if you've never boxed in your life. Like, no, just take the L and move on. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah, they're trying to
understandable.
justify it.
Yeah, they're trying to justify the L. They're trying to make it corny to laugh and stuff. It's laughable. You know what I'm saying? It was going to happen to somebody. You know what I'm saying? It just happened to him.
Yeah. It was
You know,
coming.
You know, that's fucking score one for you two, let me tell you. You know?
All the YouTubers are fucking all hyped up now. I can fight too.
Listen, let me get a bag to fight, bro, and I'll fight. You know what I'm saying? I'll lose, but I'll fight. I'll turn it into MMA, bro. You know how badly I want to like do like MMA things that I've watched over the years? Like, it seems satisfying to give somebody a clinch knee to the face. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be hyped
Yeah.
for like the workout and stuff, but I'll definitely I'll lose a few pounds, bro, and get in the ring and fucking get my ass kicked by somebody for like
Fucking cash out
500K.
on it.
Now, how much you think
Hell
they got paid? Let's talk numbers. Let's talk financial.
Oh, these two are
Burden.
definitely more up in the. They're way above the million.
You think they got paid that well? Boxing, I
Hell
wouldn't be
yeah.
surprised.
No, but I mean, you have to realize Jake's Paul his net worth is over what 11 million,
Right.
and then fucking Nate. I mean, combined, they can do some serious cash flow. So definitely up in the millions.
Yeah, you got a fucking couple, you know, a couple grand, more actually. Probably got a couple bucks, you know what I'm saying, just to fucking get knocked out. Either way,
Yeah.
you stole the thunder from the main event. Like, I don't hear nobody talk about the main event. Otherwise, they feel like Mike Tyson might have got robbed. You don't hear nothing besides that, and it's just so funny. I woke
That's
up to
crazy, yeah.
memes. This entire morning, I just been dying, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's okay.
They were super hyped about the Mike Tyson fight, and then I don't know where the fucking Jake Paul takes the crown.
The thunder. YouTube
Out of
does
the
it again,
whole
baby.
Fucking event, yeah.
YouTube does it again. Listen, I'm proud of my YouTube brethren, fellow podcaster. I'm excited. I'm excited for what it's gonna bring. People weren't really happy with like the whole event and stuff, and I thought it was funny, and it felt good to watch. You know what I'm saying?
Something different.
And there's a lesson for this, guys. Don't hop in the ring. That's like us playing Apex against the fucking Shroud and them. Like, don't hop in the fucking ring, bud. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Go
Don't
do some
hop in the
fucking
ring.
training and then fucking start slowly.
Nah, fuck trading. Listen, this fool swung like he'd never been into a fight.
Who, Nate?
Yeah. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like,
You probably never got in a fight in school. That's why.
I don't know. Oh, like, with the way he was jumping over players, he should have he ducked some type of fucking left hook. He should have jumped over Jake Paul. He should have done that shit,
and
bro.
dunked on him.
Yeah. Oh, but that was funny, bro. So we kind of touched on Black Fridays, right?
Yeah.
So so you told me you didn't get anything, right? Nothing caught your eye that you were interested in
No.
besides
not
that
really.
printer that you stole.
No, I
That
was
you
talking
paid
about what
for.
printer? What printer?
The printer for your green card.
Oh, that one. That stays in the back, buddy. They don't sell that shit at Best Buy.
Nah, they just said on the black market. Yo, the black market Black Friday's got to be fucking crazy, bro.
They gotta
Get a
be lit as
fucking
fuck.
get a fucking kidney, buy one kidney, get two free.
Get a red room half off. Fucking
Fucking
crazy.
buy a giraffe, get the second giraffe half off. Exotic
Wild
birds and shit.
offers.
It's halfway funny, and then you get to the point where it's like, yeah, then they start fucking throwing the fucking sex trafficking shit, and it's like, oh no.
I don't know about that. Fucking
I don't
retreat.
know. So, damn, the list disappeared on me. So there was a couple deals that I saw, and GameStop had a few interesting things. They didn't announce no type of next gen consoles or whatever, but you couldn't fool the people that had it in the feeling in their back of their fucking head that they were going to do something. I saw so many videos and pictures and stories about people camping out at GameStop with their physical beds, bro. The headboard, the piss stain mattress, everything.
Yeah.
Outside with a chance to try and get a PS4 next gen, Xbox, whatever. So I have, a few questions, but let's start off with one. Now, how pissed would you be if you were like third or fourth in line and the two people you hung out with all fucking day got a PS5 or Xbox and they were like, oh, we only had two for Black Friday. And you waited all day.
And then the people got the other ones?
Yeah, so like some stores only had two. A store somewhere in California might have had like three max. And there was people with beds, tents, and stuff. And they didn't tell anybody what the stock was, but they knew that they were going to ask them for that. And the lucky first, second person might have gotten the system, and everybody else that was in line had to get, Mario Party for 10% off.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm just mad as fuck.
So, what's the craziest? Have you ever celebrated like Black Friday?
No.
Ever? You've never like
I've
camped out of
never.
anywhere?
No, I've never. See, I don't know what. When we were growing up, I always saw these fucking crazy ass people, especially in fucking, like fucking Walmart and all this, where people go crazy, start fucking, punching themselves, fucking throwing at other people just for a fucking TV.
Right.
And it's like, I don't know. I don't want to be part of that shit. This is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. I've experienced one as an adult and one as I went with somebody to go get something, right? So I'll tell you the first one. The one that I went to as an adult, okay? And this story has never been heard by anybody, right? It's so embarrassing.
Untold stories from the crypt.
Untold stories. This is 100% true. And this is why I dislike Black Friday. Now, it was around the time where I had not a lot of money, but I had a lot of money saved up that my mom used to give me. And I ended up I was already like 18 at the time. This is my first. Yeah. I had all my money saved up. And I was going to buy a TV, right? The biggest TV that they had there. I had more than enough at the time, right? So
what was the biggest TV at that time?
So probably the biggest TV was like a 45, 50 inch.
Okay.
So and mind you, I have that TV, but I don't have it from from this story. I have it from another story. Maybe Christmas. I bought it for myself. So I went and camped out, right? They were going to have this TV for half off. So not only would I be able to get the TV, I would be able to get something else that was ridiculously cut in half. You know what I'm saying? The price wise, right?
Yeah.
I could have got another Xbox. I could have got an Xbox. I could have got a Blu-ray player. I needed a Blu-ray player. Got tired of using my PS3 at the time. I could have got a lot more than what I was going to get, right? I could have got something else. So I wait in line, right? I am the first person at this point, right? I don't have a tent. I don't have a chair. I don't have much. You know, it's my name. My brother-in-law comes and he starts setting up the tent, and at that point we're cool and we get to be the first person in line, and we are about maybe 2.5 hours away from us being able to go into the store, right?
Okay.
And they were doing something where the first 10 people can go in. After the first 10 people are done shopping, everybody else can go in, right? The floodgates would be open. At the time, I was extremely naive and tired, right? My brother-in-law fell asleep and said, keep watch. I fell asleep. Okay? That's not the funny part of the story. The funny part of the story was nobody behind us woke us up, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Don't you know that these assholes picked up the tent and slid it over to the end of the fucking line, damn near? And we woke up and we were all far from the fucking door, bro. We missed all the deals.
Damn.
Like a dumbass. My brother-in-law was so fucking pissed, bro.
That's wild.
So that's the...
You guys just left or what?
Yeah, we had no other choice. So the other story... The other story is when I was a lot younger and we went as a participant. We were on the news, kind of. There was somebody that got stabbed at the Walmart that we were going to, that we were at. So some lady pulled out a sewing needle and started stabbing somebody, like not in front of us, but like damn near. And when we heard that somebody got stabbed, we fucking left. We left the thing.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah, bro.
Was
She
she
was
white?
like, yeah, it was like a white Hispanic lady, like a mixed lady. She looked white, like extremely white, but she was like 100% like non-English speaking.
100% a bitch.
Yeah, ever since then I've like stopped doing like Black Fridays and stuff because I'm like extremely traumatized, and I think I had flashbacks during this when I went to the DMV at like 2 o'clock in the morning to get my license plate because they weren't doing walk-ins. Yeah, they weren't doing walk-ins, and then they were like, "Oh, hey, go to the DMV early, and you can do a walk-in." But if you don't, appointments are set out like a month and a half to 2 months out.
Damn.
So we went, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, bro, and the place didn't open until 6, so we were like there for like 4 hours. So enough of that. Let's get into some gaming news. I'm excited. Silencer, this was going to be, this is a topic that you brought to me, and I kind of laughed and chuckled, but you didn't get really into it, so I want you to read the topic.
So, what do you get when you promote this fucking heavy hitting technology with the latest fucking chip, fucking latest hardware? What do you think you're gonna get out of it? Something good, right?
An Apple 12.
That's gay. Don't ever say that again.
Well, it's not a Pixel.
So Microsoft.
Okay.
Listen, I'm gonna get into it right now. So Microsoft is working on why PS5 is outperforming their Xbox Series.
And publicly too.
Yeah. So Microsoft a little upset about this. Now, my thing is only one word, which will fall into software. The hardware has nothing to do with it.
Right.
Okay? I think these assholes fucking rushed into building the most beefiest fucking hardware with the latest specs and forgot to, work on their software to run everything smooth.
Right.
So I think that's the problem, and I mean, there's no question about it. When it came to the PS5, I'm pretty sure the developers already had a bunch of the software updated on the coding and everything else for the components that are being put out.
Right.
So I think that's the issue here.
Yeah. So what I read from the situation was that the games on that are played on the Xbox do better with the ray tracing and the whatever, like the ray tracings and like the performance mode type of things, right? They do better on the Xbox.
Yeah.
But every game so far has been able to play at 120 frames per second on the PS5. And I can say that for an example. I was playing the Spider-Man Morales game at 120 frames per second, but I dialed it back to record the video and stuff. But the graphics were so amazing that you kind of sacrificed the ray tracing and stuff. Because ray tracing is good, don't get me wrong. But the frames, you don't want to play 59.94 frames per second or 30 frames per second. You want 60, right? You want 60, you want 120, you want 4K. So the graphics were better on the PS5 is what I was reading. And let's cut the bullshit. You lost. Xbox lost. Not only in the console war, they rushed it. They wanted to make a PC build rather than a gaming system. And just because you put the best things in the it's like a Chipotle burrito, just because you put the best things on the menu doesn't mean that it's going to go well together.
It has to be a balance.
It has to be a balance, you know what I'm saying? You can't just put like all the meat, all the cheeses, all the beans and rice and stuff in a burrito. You know what I'm saying? You got to do this and that and counteract certain things. So not only did they take a loss in the console war, you publicly said that you want to know why your system's not doing as well as the PS5. Not because of sales, but because of performance issues, Yeah. That is a huge loss. That is like, we're not, like us as podcasters, we're not going to be like, hey, this other podcast is doing better than us. Let's go take notes and figure it out why. No, you're going to figure it out by yourself in quiet solitude, I've seen
either that or
yeah,
looking false advertisement from Microsoft.
From Sony. Oh yeah, from Microsoft. Yeah.
Yeah, they saying they put all these parts and they actually put different parts. Just like a lot of manufacturers do, especially on fucking Android phones. Because I know Apple has a more tight production line.
Right.
But on Androids, I mean, there's been a lot of cases where they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna put this much RAM, this blah blah blah, and then you fucking look at the phone and then it's not what is marketed, advertised at. So that could be a thing too. They hyped all this shit up, and then at the end they decided to put something else to cut the cost.
Right. No, I agree too. Yeah, they might have done that too, and I don't get the point. There's a scene in the Batman Dark Knight where the Joker laughs with the Batman, and he tells them, "We're destined to do this forever, right? We're destined to fucking go at each other's throat for the rest of our lives." So is Sony and Xbox. Sony and Microsoft are supposed to be going at each other's throat for this next-gen console stuff. We saw the pussy shit earlier where they were dapping each other up for the release and stuff like that. Very professional, humble. But at the end of the day, it got down to the point where, listen, there's a console war going on, and if you're not willing to kill the person that you're high-fiving, then is it really a war? You know what I'm saying? So Xbox kind of pussied out first. And I don't like the fact that the director of Xbox is like picking up a PlayStation remote like, yo, this remote's dope. Like, what's this? What's a DualSense? Oh my, like this is vibrating like this, and the buttons has like the haptic feedback. Like, come on, bro. No.
Stick with your own fucking product.
Stick with your own shit and be innovative. Be innovative. They made the same fucking system. It's just a different software. It's the same fucking system.
But yeah, it's just, I don't know, Xbox. I feel like the developers they're not thinking out of the box. They just throw these fucking numbers out, and then they expect the Xbox community to be like all geeked out over the fucking specs and be like, "Damn, son, this is gonna be fucking dope."
Right. And then they're
It's high
blaming the
performance.
developers.
Well, I mean, I am too, because with that much specs, of course, it comes to a point where the software needs to be optimized for it. Like, I mean, even for computers, you can have the best fucking chips, but if they don't make a software to be optimized for that, you're not gonna get the full capacity of what that card can do.
Right.
So it's definitely the fucking developers on the Xbox side for the software. I feel like they just copied and pasted from the older models to this one and just said, "Fuck it, just run the code again."
Yeah, no, I agree. They need to figure out something because, like, it was funny to laugh at. You know what I'm saying? We participated in the console war. Obviously,
Yeah.
like I said, I was going to get both, but it's not harder to get the Xbox. It's like I want to get the PS5 before I get the Xbox. You know?
Yeah, man.
I could have had an Xbox the day of. I was like, nah, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna get the PS5 before I get it, and then I'll see what's up. Maybe at the end of the year, maybe Christmas, I'll get that for myself. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
it explains why Halo got pushed back. It explains why maybe Cyberpunk is getting pushed back because they say that the thing is that's really pushing them back because of their performance issues is the Xbox a copy of Cyberpunk. So
Yeah.
who knows what's going to happen from here on out? But they're not looking good. You know what I'm saying? The diehard fanboys will go ahead and obviously crown them the winner and stuff. But when you have people publicly, not their enemy, you know what I'm saying? Their competition, you know, they're publicly saying they're looking into their competition to see why the system is doing better. Has to be like the gut punch. You know what I'm saying? When you got punched in the gut, the knockout punch that, led fucking Nate Robinson on his ass. Like, it just has to hurt your feelings, bro, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't agree with it. So like, humor me a little bit. You hear this as a consumer that you have no bias towards whatever. What is your next move for picking a console? Are you going to pick the console that's getting looked at to see why it's performing better, or you're going to go with the console that's looking into it with the potential that it might be a little bit better here in the future because of software updates?
If I was a consumer just wanting to buy a gaming console, I just want something that works already. So it's definitely going to go towards PS5.
Right.
Because as a consumer, you have to think they don't want to go through struggles and being like, the what if? Like, yeah, what if the software does make it better in the future? But what if it doesn't? Now you're stuck with a fucking console that they promoted to be fucking, the best in its class or the next gen badass hardware.
Yeah.
And then you can't even fucking play good games.
Yeah, they're really harping on the fact that it says like the world's most powerful machine console ever. You know, like they really like sold that. You know, they drove that home for people, and it's not really rendering the way that they potentially wanted it to be. So I'm not here for it. You know,
you could have, you could tell that it wasn't gonna be rendering good when they popped up with that Halo trailer.
the Halo, yeah, and then and now I'm like, was it Halo or was it the system?
Yeah, it's either both. Maybe the developers for Halo were limited to what they can do because of the actual hardware. Who knows?
Right. No, I agree. 100%. So we'll move on from that. We'll kind of stay in the spectrum actually with this next one. So let me tell you, I received 2 messages through PSN, right? This was strange to me because all incoming messages are blocked, right? They're even if you're close friends, they're blocked. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear messages. I don't want to see pictures of me getting knocked out on UFC 4, people beating me at Apex. You know what I'm saying? Warzone. I blocked out the messages, right? There's nothing that can get in here. So I thought.
Okay.
Yesterday I received a message saying, "Hey, we're selling PS5 accounts to PS4 owners that could have access to these PlayStation 5 collection shit that they had when you bought a PS5. There was also another message, right? A day later, after a bunch of the news and stories were hitting about this potentially being an issue with Sony and them banning people for even doing that. They hit me with another message from a different account, continuing the message saying, Sony's scared that you could have all these games. Follow us on our new Telegram account, and we're going to give you all the information so we can sell you these games, right?
Yeah.
So Sony's taking it upon themselves to not only just ban them in general from Sony Online and, I'm sorry, for PSN from owning a PlayStation 5, they're like hunting these guys down. And for those of you that aren't familiar with what they're exactly selling to you, what they're not supposed to be selling to you, and I'm pretty sure these were bots that bought this, they're selling the PlayStation Plus collection stuff. So you remember when we talked about that, Silencer?
Yeah.
And for those of you that didn't actually, pay attention to that part of the segment, I do have a list right here. I had to pull it up real quick. So the games go as followed: Batman Arkham Knight, Battlefield 1, Bloodborne, Call of Duty 2, or Call of Duty Black Ops 3, The Zombie Chronicles, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, Days Gone, Detroit Become Human, Fallout 4, Final Fantasy 15, God of War, the new one, Infamous, Second Son, The Last Guardian, The Last of Us, Monster Hunter World, Mortal Kombat X, Persona 5, Ratchet & Clank, Resident Evil 7, Biohazard, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, and Until Dawn. So these are about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it's about, they're trying to sell you 20 games for a flat rate, and potentially this is like, whatever they're selling you is like worth way more to Sony, and they're starting to get legal action involved and stuff.
So how much are they selling it for?
Not that much. It was probably like $100, maybe a little more.
Crazy.
But they're harping on the fact that Sony wants to bring them down. It's like, no, they don't want to bring you down because you're powerful. They just don't want you to scam people out of money.
Yeah.
Because there's like, oh, here's the password and stuff. It's the same thing with Fortnite when they sell their little V-Buck scams. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I'll sell you the account, and here's the password and everything. You get on the password the next day, they block the account, and they change the password, and you're banned, locked out of your account, and you sent homie $500 via fucking gift cards.
Western
Can never get
Union
that. Yeah, can never get that money back. You fucked yourself. You got scammed.
Yeah.
So they're working really hard right now, and they're starting to block people, and it's.
Is it a ban or is it a suspension?
No, it's a ban.
People these days, they're mixing ban with suspension now.
No, it's a ban. So far, they've already caught 20 people.
So what are they doing? Just fucking blocking their consoles or what?
No, I think it's a lot more than that. They're breaking the consoles. They're creating lawsuits, and they might just ban them for like ever owning like a PS5 or having a PS Plus account, something. You know what I'm saying? They'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out, because if you buy another PS5, how would they know it was them?
Yeah, I know that, but they're trying to figure out. Maybe it's just the account, and maybe they can make another account. But you don't want to be on the wrong side of the spectrum where you have 100% of everything that you've ever bought on PlayStation on this account, and then they fucking find you and they fuck you over,
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, here it is right here. Are said to be banned for 2 months, and then they're banned for 2 months until they decide to figure out what they were going to do. But once the ban hammer was dropped, they ended up coming up with a type of punishment already for the people that were doing that, and the PS5 consoles involved are permanently blocked from the network services. So that completely removes the online play for any game. And I'm assuming that's even like updates and stuff for the software for the games.
That's wild.
That is insane. So I'm trying to figure out the price. I was looking for the price, but I saw a few people say that it was $100 for all 5 of those games, and they were selling them like crack.
And how much is Sony selling them for?
It was free if you got the PS5.
What the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. So it was mainly for people that had the PS4.
If they wanted the whole collection on the PS4.
If they wanted the 20 games for X amount of money, they could fucking get it from there. And they were great games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
20 games for like $100. Like, who the fuck's gonna say no to that? God of War. You know what I'm saying? God of War. You had Biohazard, Uncharted. You had the infamous Son. You had a bunch of other games. You know.
Yeah.
One game is $60, so you can imagine the price point of what they hiked it up to make it seem like fair and reasonable, you know. But, you know, people were getting scammed and stuff, so I'm going to knock on wood for them, and hopefully they didn't spend a little bit too much of that Christmas money, you know, that Black Friday money, Black Saturday money.
Damn.
But I thought that was interesting to bring up, so.
You know what's not so interesting to bring up?
What is that, Silencer?
In the recent events, when you hear the word delayed,
fucking man.
What comes to mind in the gaming world?
Delayed, let me see. Fucking Cyberpunk delayed. Outcome for like the consoles delayed. You know what I'm saying? People can't get any more because they're all sold out. Something in that realm, you know.
So the infamous and the most talked about game is getting on another delay, which is Cyberpunk, but not the actual game. So according to CJ Project, they pushed back the DLCs after December 10 due to several game delays. How do you feel about that?
Listen, the DLC is DLC. You have to play the game. More than likely, the DLC was going to drop around this time if the game was on point for its original release date, right?
Yeah.
They didn't have to announce this. They could have just said this shit when the game fucking dropped. You know?
Do you think they just did it to get just to put it more hearts be skipping when they see Cyberpunk and delay in the same sentence?
You just fucking brought it up and it scared the shit out of me. So, listen, I was like, fuck, I just pre-ordered that shit, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on now. The fucking game is gold, bro. This shit's gonna come out, bro, and fucking Keanu Reeves is gonna be, like, dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but you know, a lot of people I've seen that they're more interested in the DLC just because of the content.
Right.
You know, what follows. So if people are like, oh man, are we not getting any DLC with the game? Maybe it's not worth it. Especially if the fucking story playtime is only like fucking 11 hours. Then you're like, what the fuck?
Nah, I've heard like this guy had like 16 hours from IGN or one of them of playtime, and he's like still fucking finding shit to do. So it seems like a lengthy game. Hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully it is.
You know,
I mean, other than that, it's just, I don't know. I don't see, like you said, why the fuck would they announce it? Maybe because they wanted to get rid of the potential of more angry people talking shit to them, sending them death threats.
Right.
You know?
Well, you know, hopefully they don't delay multiplayer, because I was also hearing that there were people that were playing with themselves, so to speak, with Cyberpunk. Did you hear that they came out with a porn version of Cyberpunk 2077?
No, I did not hear that bullshit.
Let me tell you, they should have named it fucking 2069.
So what is it, a game?
No, it's a parody of the game. So it's people dressed as like, it's kind of hard to explain. there's people dressed like the characters, right? From the
Uh-huh.
game or like in that type of style.
Yeah.
And they're just fucking around and dicking each other down and left and right and multiple positions.
That's
The
wild.
fucking creativity that like doesn't escape the human mind is incredible. Let me tell you. And it's funny because like in the game, the customization could be like a guy with like boobs and like a really big penis. And from the article that I was reading, they had like a guy with boobs and a penis and stuff like that. I don't know the proper name. I think it's like a transgender. They had a transgender guy in there and like, you know, doing stuff like that. So they really kept it to like a T, you know, of what they were going to do for the games. And it's funny because like everybody's experiencing Cyberpunk except for like the people that actually want to experience it the way, you know?
That's wild. As a developer, if you see this, what do you think? What comes to your mind?
Fucking free promotion, who lead the
That's wild.
game, copyright. I don't think they can copyright for parodies. I read somewhere that parodies have like some type of law where you
Yeah.
you can't sue because it's like a parody of whatever, you know?
I think as long as you're not selling, you're good. You can do whatever the fuck you want with content as long as you're not selling.
Listen, porn does great numbers for selling, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure that they're getting some type of coins from there.
Yeah, that's true.
Fucking A, bro. Imagine, bro, you're playing you think it's like a cyberpunk gameplay and it's like a sex scene. It's like, whoa.
You're like, you fucking have your whole family over. Hey, let's play Cyberpunk. This shit popped up.
Listen, I'm gonna need my fucking researcher Dill Pickle to fucking see what this cyberpunk business is about because I'm a little too scared to fucking look at it for myself. There
Send
was
it to him and tell him to see if it's a PG. Show it to his mom.
Nah, she's definitely fucking kicking his ass after she shows him that. Come on now. So there's one more thing that we can breeze by real quick. One more thing. We're about to end the podcast. We're almost done. We kept it kind of short for you guys after the long one that we had the other day. One more topic. So speaking of games, speaking of money, DLC being pushed back, I read an article about the Marvel video game that just dropped, right? The Avengers one, right?
Yeah.
First, they pushed back the DLC. People ran out of things to do for the game. And I was reading that they haven't recouped from the game. And the game has been out for like 2 months. And the budget for the game was $100 million.
Oh, wow.
And they're claiming from, I think it's Square Enix or whatever the fuck, I forget how to say it. They haven't recouped yet, bro. So, do you think that the Marvel Avengers train died down with the movie, or what happened there? Do you think might have happened?
It might have. I mean, it's hard to say, honestly. I think it's also a big part of a lack in the marketing department.
No, they definitely marketed it really well. I think it was more towards the replay value of the game, because I heard that it became extremely repetitive. The graphics were good and everything, but the gameplay itself was extremely repetitive, had no replay value, and the fact that the DLC was pushed back, similar to Cyberpunk's, there was nothing really to do after you beat the game, and a lot of people sold it back to GameStop and currently don't own the game, and they just came out with the DLC. It's like a bow and arrow girl, and now everybody's like, I don't give a fuck.
I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, really crazy.
It's hard to say. It's they're losing a lot of money and lost profit just fucking having it there.
Right, no, I agree. Yeah, I just wanted
That's
to bring it up because
wow.
I read that shit and I was like, 100 fucking million and you haven't recouped. Marvel at one point was like the highest selling fucking movie
Yeah.
in box office. Like they beat Avatar by cheating, you know, but that's neither here nor there. 100 fucking million, I can't imagine. So,
And all this shit happened within a couple of weeks, didn't it? Like maybe in the first week.
yeah, the first week they were complaining about numbers and lack of fucking pre-orders
crazy,
and
yeah.
shit. So they can't blame Corona for this one, guys. Like you take the fucking L because you should have dropped this one before Endgame, and that shit would have sold like crack.
Yeah.
100%. It would have sold. I
Exactly.
was considering buying it, but once I heard the bad reviews and shit like that, I was like, do I really want it at fucking 60? I can probably buy it at the end of the year for like $5. I'd be doing them a favor if I paid $5
Yeah.
for this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
You'll just have fucking 99 fucking 100 million and $995 left to go. All right.
99 problems, but a bad game ain't one.
No, a bad game is one.
Not if you can buy it.
So it's 100 million reasons. All right, listen, we're going to end the podcast right there on a good note. I'm excited for the future. I do have an announcement for a Cyberpunk giveaway if they do drop the game, and it comes with a free PS5 upgrade. I might do it for Xbox as well. We'll see how rich I am.
If they drop the game.
If they drop the game, you know. So I do have a giveaway, guys, for anybody that's listening on Apple or on, Spotify. It's going to be on my YouTube channel. Subscribe. Stay glued to the community section. A video will drop with the full details. Everybody will have access to it. And I'll announce it, and give you guys a deadline and a date for when I do the winners. So, Silencer, do you have anything you want to add?
So if you guys want to go and check out the Cyberpunk parody, the PS5 has a great update that you can make a good use of the DualSense. So,
Use it as a vibrator.
Tip number 1.
Oh my. This guy.
Headshot.
That is all for me.
That is it. You know what? You had a joke there. We're going to end it on that. And with that being said, guys, I'm Killing Spree 37.
And I am Silencer.
We're out!
Give me some chon chon. Give me some chon chon.
The champion of the world, Killing Spree 37!